Hey, this is Randy, the news guy. Thanks for joining me here. And, I get a lot of questions from folks on what do I do with our press release after it's been released? What do we do with those links? What is there something that I can do? Well, good news is there are a ton of things that you can do with your news site links from your press release once they're out. And one of the things that I always try to tell folks is think about those news site links as a tier one link pointing to whatever your target site was. Maybe it's your site, maybe it was one of your client sites, but treat that news site link just as a tier one link. And then what would you do to power up a tier one link? You're going to send more links to the tier ones so that juice flows right up to your target site. So I'm going to give you a few different ideas, actually quite a few here in this video. And if you recall, one of our previous videos, go check it out in our channel. I'll put a link to it up here as well, where I just talked about podcast publishing and where you can utilize and help power up your press release with podcast publishing. So go check that one out. But now let's go to here. Check this thing out. So this was from a presentation that I had done a little while ago, but I thought it would still be very relevant. And I wanted to talk with you and share, what can you do with these links? As I say here, the opportunities are endless. Here we go. So one of the things that you can do is go and take your PR article. You're going to publish it, right? This is my crude little graph here. You publish it, boom, goes out into a press release report. You're going to get all of those links. Then you can go and take that and put it into, I like one of two different ways, put it into a Google Doc with the links or a Google Sheet with the links. And then there are a number of things that you can do with that at that point. So let's step back here. So you have your press release report. Here you go. And you can download it either as a PDF, and our PDF reports are active live links in that PDF, right? So that's very important for something I'm going to share with you in a minute. The other thing is you also can download it into an Excel file. And then you can take those links. And again, I like to use the Google Sheets to put the links in because it gives you something that you can do that I think is quite valuable. As an example, you can put those into either Google Doc or a Google Sheet. I like Google Sheets. And then you can publish it, make it public, right? So now all of a sudden Google is looking at that and crawling it. So it's crawling all of those links. Very important. So once you have those things, boom, you're going to get your report. Here are all of the links that you'll get. Then once you have it into a Google Sheet or a Google Doc, you can drop it into any of your RSS or Zapiers or an RSS feeder or something like that. You can get the RSS feed directly from that Google Sheet. And then you can do a ton of different things. Use Zapier, use Make to create flows or triggers of actions. And this is where I'm going to share some really cool ideas for you to use it. So once you get it into the doc or to the sheets, think about this. Boom. Build out a WordPress site or any other Web 2 site. Then you can do an RSS feed and automatically update that WordPress site with the links from your press release. So this is especially great if you are an agency and you're doing several press releases for several of your clients, which I hope you're doing, because then you can set up some of these Web 2 properties and just automatically only use them for helping to promote and drive link juice for your press releases. So create a WordPress site as an example, magazine style. Grab the RSS feed for auto posting. Boom. You can also use a plugin and do an auto post out to media with that WordPress site as well. So remember I showed, set it up, put it in the Google Sheet, send it out through an RSS feed. Boom, send that feed out to your WordPress site, auto posting, and then you can also auto post to a Medium site that you've set up just for your press releases. Here's an example of one that we do. If you recall, that's a Solterra web press release. Boom, there it is. Another thing that you can do, I love IFTY rings because I think it's a great way to get a ton of different platforms out pointing to your site, helping with indexing, all different kinds of great value with IFTY rings. So the same thing, right, that we just talked about. You have your PR article, you have your links report, drop it into a docs or a sheet, and then boom, use that sheet or the doc as the trigger for your IFTY ring. And here's, just an example you can set up here. You've got your main site and you can do however many rings you want to build out there. There's a lot of great services. I mean, I don't build my own IFTY rings, but there's a lot of great services. You can go out on the platforms and go find these things. But it's a great way, again, get those news site links out on platforms, help drive with indexing, help shoot juice to those links, building backlinks to those news site links as those tier ones, right? That's exactly what you want to do. Another thing, check this out. Go drop them into some auto link builders. There's a ton of them out there. A couple of my favorites, one I'm just starting to use and I really like it thus far, is SEO Neo. Go check it out. And oh, by the way, gonna have Elias, who is the creator of SEO Neo, gonna be on our Hot Off the Press show coming up here in a couple of weeks. So if you're on our YouTube channel, go check out our live stream shows. Look for the show with Elias. We're going to talk about SEO Neo, but you can do auto link builders. By the way, Elias also had SEO Autopilot, right? Building up these diagrams. Another one that I like to use is Ranker X. I think we pulled this diagram off of Ranker X, but you can essentially do the same thing. Take your report or take just a number of those critical or the higher domain news site links and then run them through some auto link builders. Now, word of caution, don't go crazy building thousands of links to any one news site link. That will create a red flag for that news site. So whether you're doing it with Digital Journal or AP News, but it'll create a red flag with that and they'll pull your article down faster or sooner than what you would like it to do. So don't send thousands. You can send a few hundred, I think is very safe. And you'll want to do that because again, you want to send engagement signals. You do want to send link juice building to those tier one links. It passes out to yours. So auto link builders is a great way to do that as well. Here's another thing. Think about this. Hundreds of PDF sites that you can publish your press release report. Now, remember, earlier I said our PDF press release reports are active links in that PDF report. So you can take that PDF report and publish it out on, I think I have this one here is SlideServe. You can publish it out on, I don't know, the last I looked, there were like over 300 of these PDF publishing sites. Grab a handful of them and publish them out. I'm sure there's ways that you can do it even automated so that you don't have to go to each site or have your assistant go to each site. But it's a great way to drive some additional juice for your press release, right? One more, I kind of mentioned this already, but the Web 2s. There's so many of these Web 2s out there that I think that you could take advantage of, whether they are in blogging sites or social media sites, content networks. Here's just a list of some of those, right? Medium, Wix, Wikipedia, Quora, throw them out on the WordPress or Tumblr or Blogger, right? Blogspot, a ton of these different things that you can do. And I'm going to get to that one in another video, right? I'm going to tease you with what you can do with some stacks as well. But so here's just a handful of things that you can do with your press release news site links after the PR is released and you have your report. A lot of great things. Powers up your target site from, think about it in tiered link building. You have your tier ones, which is your news sites. You want to build tier two links to those because as you have those, they flow that juice to the tier ones and then powering up your target site. Great strategy, SEO strategy that's been in play for decades. Hey, listen, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you have any questions, look at the links in the description. There's all different kinds of things that you can get and engage with us. We've got a free PR book that you can pull down. Hey, maybe you have some questions about press releases and you'd like to have a chat with me. No problem. Sign up for a free consultation. There's a link in the description there. Just a quick 15-minute call. Love to talk with you and help you with your next project. Also, hey, I'd appreciate it. Like, subscribe, all of that fun stuff with the video. Pass it along to your friends. And of course, check out our press release services. Hey, if there's anything else, just reach out, comment below. And again, thanks for hanging out with me today. Randy the News Guy.